Billy Joe Saunders. We're in Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Stevenage Football Club.
Yep.
Home territory, home turf for you?
Most definitely. I think that it's a long time coming. See, I've always boxed in London and been at home and that, but I've never boxed here. It's interesting because I believe that I'm going to get a very, very big following here because most of my supporters are more or less on the A1, like your Stevenage, your Wellingham Cities, Hatfields, St Albans, even as far as Peterborough and that. So I think that we're going to get a good crowd in. I'm very excited, to be honest with you. I'm very excited and nervous because obviously you've got to put on. It's no good, getting a good venue like this and performing like a pilot. You've got to make sure to put on a good performance. So I'm looking to beat the David Lemieux performance and getting the win and put myself in number one.
I mean, it's quite creative, really, isn't it, bringing you back here for this fight? I mean, it's not the status of the fight we exactly wanted, but I mean, it's still going to end up in the same place, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
I mean, definitely. I got a funny feeling that it may. I think this Ramirez fight's in April, so he will know that whether he's going to vacate or not then, and maybe a deal can be struck then for the fight. So for the world title. So, but look, the main thing is on my agenda at the minute is my next opponent,
which is Shefat Isufi. We've spoken about him before briefly. I mean, you say he's a big lump. I mean, I'm looking at him in there. I can't quite see how he fought a heavyweight before, but he's a big lad all the same.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's, I think that a lot of people's looking at him and, underestimate him a little bit. But I'm looking at him and I know, I'm looking at him and I can really, I've studied him a bit now and I can see what he does really well, but it don't look eye-appealing. He's better than actually what he looks when you're in that ring with him. He's one of them fighters, but he's obviously number one in the world for something with the WBO, so he's got to be taken care of and professionally. So I'm working hard and going to get the job done.
And people can ridicule all they like, but as you say, he's number one ranked contender. He's above you in that respect, and he's also unbeaten as a super middleweight.
He is. Tom, can I get that thing for a minute, please? He is. He's unbeaten as a super middleweight. He's like I say, he's cemented his number one spot for a reason. So I've got to take him. I've got to take him seriously, but at the same time, it's hard not to look past and thinking, right, I lost my world title by not getting beat, so I want to be world champion back as quick as I can. I'm thinking, right, all right, this ain't for a world title. I'm now looking over his shoulder, and that can be very dangerous to do. So I need to take him professionally and deal with him professionally.
Obviously, people will say, or look back and say, you were mandatory for your old title against Andrade. Was it just a case of being a challenger? The sums just didn't add up for you?
Not really, because I think as a champion you have to train like a challenger and take every fight like a challenger. But for one, the financial gain was silly, a silly change. Then there was nothing my way. I'm going to his backyard again, and and I didn't get fairly treated the first time. I know that. When you know deep on what went on and you're around it, you know. But like I say, sometimes this sport can be harsh. And you have to deal with these things, and good fighters, it's not how you sit around and look and feel sorry for yourself, it's how you come back. So I have to come back stronger.
It looks like they're trying to lock down the middleweight division for their own ends over in the States at the moment. Super middleweight, which is an interesting division, it's all there for you, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, listen, it's open at the minute, especially in the UK. You've got some big fighters there, some good names, some big fights to be made. But people say that, he's not a big super middle, but they'll find that I will be big enough for super middle. My style was not being big and bullying. Anyway, that's not my style. My style was being clever and smart. So, I've got unfinished business left at middleweight first, but I'm putting myself in a position at super middleweight to give myself different options.
Should you be successful here at Stevenage Borough, unlike middleweight, where you waited and waited and waited on other people, waiting for these unifications, but you signed up for, you can see, but as super middleweight, the options are there, aren't they? And these unifications look there to be made.
The thing is with this super middleweight division is that everybody's willing to fight everybody, as we've seen lately. Everybody's willing. There's no one sitting back and going, oh no, well, I want, you know, hanging out for the last pound. They're all right. Well, I'm happy with that. Let's get it on. Let's see who the best is. And that's what I like about the super middleweight division. And you know, it's you know, I've been at the top in the middleweight division, and everything, because of the stars at the top. They want, you know, they want all the pie. Then they want, which is understandable. And then they want everything their own way. Then it's all on their terms all the time. And like I say, you're under enough pressure just to get in a fight and, you know, win anyway. So if you're going in a fight where you're, you know, 40, 60 in their favour before you even put a pair of gloves on, then, you know, I'm not in it for that. I'm in it to win and prove that I'm the best. And I'm going to put myself in a position at super middleweight where maybe they are going to win. Well, they've got to fight me at middleweight. So it's just about timing.
You say about time, and it probably only a matter of time before they come up and join you.
Maybe so. But at the minute, my focus is on my next opponent, nobody else. I've got to beat him first, because if I don't beat him, then this whole thing and conversation was a waste of time for everybody. So my mind's on beating him.
Now then, you've had a change of circumstances, and Sheffield no more, we understand.
Yeah, I mean, look, same as I was saying earlier on, I think that, you know, people get in the wrong end of the stick, saying, "Oh, Billy and Dom's had a follow-up." You know, we get on great. Speak to him and wished his boys luck the other night, and you know, I wouldn't rule out Dom being in the corner on fight night. It's just that I needed a change of scenery to get my mind back focused where I need to be. You know, of all the pullouts and everything else, what's gone on, and this situation with the WBO, and you know, I just needed a complete change around them. You know, a different outlook, and you know, I haven't gone to no one who I think, oh, he's going to learn me something different. I've gone with someone that I've been learning with since 2012. Ben, we've always had a working relationship. He's done my corner before. You know, he's improved as a trainer as well, and I've just gone there to brush up on a few things. But like I say, we're left on mutual terms, me and Dom.
Maybe that's just your personality, but every now and again you need re-stimulating just to have that new, fresh approach.
Yeah, I mean, look, luckily I'm not like that with the women. Well, I could be.
You're still single, Bill.
No, yeah, I am, yeah. So it is what it is, and it's. I've just gone there just to, you know, enlighten myself, and you know, the buzz around the gym's brilliant, and everything's going good.
One thing you've always said is you can't be around your patch when you're preparing for fights, and that's why you said being up in Sheffield was ideal. When you were Jimmy, going out to Marbella for 6 weeks. Where are you going to be training with Ben? Is it going to be up in Manchester with Tyson?
As far as we know, it's in Manchester at the minute, but you know, I think that there were talks on a couple of other places, Spain and America, but we're finalising, pin down a base this week.
Last two, Lerone Richards, I know someone you rate very, very highly. April 27, Wembley. He's got a big fight against Tommy Langford. You are a big fan of him.
I am. Lerone, I brought him out for sparring for the Andy Lee fight. Brilliant fighter, lovely family, lovely man. Going further in the sport. For me, there's one winner there. You know, Tommy Langford, lovely fella. You know, tries his heart out. Lerone's got to be on it. It's a big step up through. He's been boxing, but I believe Lerone will come for it.
Is Lerone the most naturally gifted British boxer around?
I would say he's up there, most definitely. He's definitely up there with at least 5 of them, 100%. He's very, very talented.
June 15th, Leeds, Josh Warrington at Kid Galahad. A little bit, your old little former sidekick. What do you reckon to that one?
I think it's going to be a good fight, but for me, you know, Barry's got a bit too much determination in him to lose. I think that's he's got that warrior code in him. I think he's going to do the job. I know he's going to do the job.
Warrington will be favourite, I suppose, won't he?
He is. Warrington's a brilliant fighter. He's had a couple of good performances, but sometimes when you have a couple of good performances as well, you know, your mind, and I've been there and done it, your mind and everything else ain't quite working the same probably as them two. And he's boxed, you know, Selby and Frampton, and now he's looking at Barry as, oh, it's Kid Galahad, I beat him a couple of times. Is that going to be the decider? I don't know.
Good man, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.